We're talking college sports in the Deep South where college football is king. And the battle cry is War Eagle. We want to think that the SEC conference is arguably one of the better conferences in all of college football. The SEC West really gets it done on a physicality standpoint. A lot of great rivalries in the SEC West. Once again, it's K-Stu the GOAT for Vernon Speak Sports. We talk Auburn football like no one else does. Go ahead and like the video, comment in the comment section. We like to get it going over in the comment section, get a lot of great content out of there. Also, want to give a shout out to the Fearless and True gang that really get that comment section active. Very important. Go ahead and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn War Eagle. Earlier today, we found out that Jarrett Stidham, former quarterback at Auburn, will be headed to New England. He was drafted in the 4th round. I recently did a video, matter of fact, it might have been yesterday. I did a video about Jarrett Stidham as to whether he should have been benched or not. In some ways, yes. In a lot of ways, maybe not. The system just definitely didn't always work in really any of the positions favored, especially quarterback and the offensive line. But that's a whole nother story. I think this is huge for the Auburn Tigers and for Jarrett Stidham because, you know, when you think about from a perception standpoint, number one, Jarrett Stidham right now on New England's roster is the highest draftee. Because when you look at their roster, you look at Brian Hoyer, who was undrafted. You also look at Danny Etling that played at Purdue and LSU. He was drafted in the 7th round, and quite possibly the best quarterback in NFL history, Tom Brady, was drafted in the 6th round. So with Jarrett Stidham being drafted in the 4th round, he's actually the highest drafted quarterback currently on New England's roster. And when you think about this from a perception standpoint, Auburn has had some great draftees over the years. Of course, you have Ronnie Brown, you have Nick Fairley, you have Carnell Williams, Jason Campbell. The list can go on and on. But most of those guys, you know, just really didn't become like extra famous, so to speak, in the NFL to where you have a reference point of like a just stellar NFL career other than, you know, Carlos Dansby had a very nice tenure in the NFL, and there are several others as well. But when you think about how high profile this opportunity really is for the Auburn Tigers and for Jarrett Stidham and the Auburn program, you know, having a quarterback that could possibly succeed Tom Brady coming from Auburn is huge. And if you look at it long term from a recruiting standpoint, from just, you know, an overall perception, this is definitely a good way for Auburn to gain some ground as far as quarterbacks go. Of course, and obviously, yes, I didn't mention Cam Newton. Cam Newton actually with a Super Bowl appearance, but this is huge. You're talking about a quarterback for arguably one of the best franchises in NFL history, numerous Super Bowl championships, and for Jarrett Stidham to have the opportunity to play on a team like this is great. And if you think about it, one of the reasons, you know, that Auburn just hasn't had, other than Cam Newton, hasn't had the high profile, you know, tenures in the NFL. Because you think about most of the guys that get drafted for Auburn are either like defensive linemen, you get a linebacker here and there, and then you get a nickel cornerback. Those are guys that are not going to really make the paper for the most part or have those memorable moments. Also, even at the running back position, I mean, Kerryon Johnson is actually on his way to having a great career. However, the longevity of a running back is just not always promised. But when you talk about a quarterback and you talk about the type of quarterback that, you know, Jarrett Stidham could develop into, I mean, he really has an opportunity, especially based on the quarterbacks that are already there. He has a real deal opportunity, allowing his, coachability skills to be accentuated to possibly be the successor of Tom Brady. And I think that's huge moving forward for the Auburn program. Probably, like I said before, this could possibly, if everything works out You know, Jarrett Stidham performs well, obviously makes the roster, doesn't get traded, fits into the system. You know, this, like I said before, could be a dream come true for everyone involved. So, congratulations to Jarrett Stidham. Yes, he did struggle mightily in the middle of 2018, but we can't discount the skill set. We can't discount the fact that he did pull himself together and have a decent finish. One thing I am looking for Jarrett Stidham is he just never had that winning drive. Usually he wasn't, you know, all that reliable in game consequence situations. Hopefully that will improve as he, you know, like I said, potentially takes over for Tom Brady in the future. So a lot of skills have to be developed, but definitely the framework is there for Jarrett Stidham. And like I said before, a huge deal for the Auburn program. This has actually been a pretty good year for the Auburn program so far. You know, you look at the basketball team and, you know, different positive things surrounding the program. Once again, it's Kate Stu to Go for Vernon Speak Sports, mostly talking Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go up there and hit that bell. Hit it twice if you want to be notified every time I come on. War Eagle.